Hello there, I'm Bugs. Since its theatrical run, I hunted down every reference to the previous Spider-Man movies, TV shows, and games that were featured across the Spider-Verse, so you don't have to. This video even includes Easter eggs I couldn't find discussed anywhere else, with 4K footage for your viewing pleasure. Let's dive into it.
The power of the sun in the palm of my hand.
The power of the multiverse in the palm of my hand.
My holes aren't a curse! They're the answer!
Can you stop talking about your holes?
Throughout Into the Spider-Verse, Spider-Ham demonstrates Hammerspace. This is when a cartoon character seems to be able to pull something out of thin air.
I want you to have this. It'll fit in your pocket.
At the beginning of Across the Spider-Verse, there's then a callback to this concept.
Ay, por Dios, he's got Hammerspace!
After the Super Collider wreaks havoc in Into the Spider-Verse, you can hear Post Malone say,
"Yeah, I think it's a Banksy."
this gag returns in Across the Spider-Verse after everyone is saved from the falling helicopter.
"Yeah, I think it's a Banksy."
During the Vulture fight, the events of No Way Home were also referenced. There's another really cool connection to the Marvel Cinematic Universe I'll highlight later.
What's happening?
They're starting to come through and I can't stop them. Don't even get me started on Doctor Strange and a little nerd back on Earth 1999-99.
Who's Doctor Strange? Sounds like he maybe shouldn't practice medicine.
This movie also featured a number of tongue-in-cheek pop culture
I'm
references.
sorry, who exactly are you supposed to be?
It's classified.
You're the Blue Panther.
No,
The Caped Blusader?
no, I'm...
Dark Garfield.
No, stop.
Macho Libre.
I'm from another dimension.
You are?
Did you notice this callback? Both Miles and his dad psyched themselves up to jump. And... chicken out. There's another really cool nod to the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie, where Miles makes the same spin move to dodge projectiles.
I am your nemesis.
You are not.
With the recap of the Bagel scene in Across the Spider-Verse, I wanted to put them side by side to see how they compare. And sure enough, they line up perfectly, even with Miles exclaiming, "What?" at the same time.
My spider made you Spider-Man.
Switchy.
What? You ran to the cafeteria. You hit me with a bagel.
Swing, just like I told.
I've hit a lot of different villains with a lot of different foods.
Speaking of hitting villains with food, I recently set up a merch store at shopbugs.com, and for this video I'm debuting the Bagel effect. For a limited time, you can also use code BAGEL to take 10% off for your purchase. So if you'd like to support the channel and look good doing so, you can go to shopbugs.com or click the link down below. Now back to the video. One of the most surprising cameos was Mrs. Chen from the Venomverse.
Eddie? What was that?
Oh, I have a parasite. Yeah. Name is Chen.
Excuse me. Hi. Sorry to bug you. I know you're busy. Sorry.
What do you
I
want?
know it's weird. I just came out of nowhere, but I think I'm becoming a trans-dimensional super being.
So?
So, I am literally splitting the fabric of space and time. For you, it's just a Tuesday night. You're acting like weird stuff like this happens to you all the time. Can I have some gum?
This gum packet is called Brock's Venomint, which looks to be a play on Wrigley's Spearmint. When Miles' mom Rio snaps, it makes a Puerto Rican flag. Shout out to my girlfriend for catching this one in theaters. The sign on the door shows his guidance counselor's name is Miss Weber. It'd be funny if this was a hint that she's actually Madam Web.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
As Rio rummages through her bag, she picks up what looks like a Pokemon card and then puts it back. They also appear during this scene at various points, floating around Miles as Gwen enters his room.
Guy in the chair.
Month it'll be a spider signal. I'm not your guy in the chair.
Are those my Jordans?
Genki can also be seen playing on a PlayStation 5 here.
How's your
The really cool
essay?
detail though is this is actually Marvel Spider-Man 2 that he is playing, which was our first official look at gameplay, being that the game still isn't out until October 20th this year.
Thanks, I'm on it.
To the right, there's also a poster for South Korean soccer star Son Heung-min, who is one of Tom Holland's favorite players, which is why they did an interview together during the No Way Home
my
press
brother and I,
junket.
we're huge Tottenham fans, and you know, we've loved following you.
Son also made his own Spider-Man related goal celebration.
Is there some place that he might go that has meaning to him? Like a place where he would go to just
get away from everything?
A neat detail is that every Spider-Man seems to have their own safe spot away from the public. For Tom Holland's Spider-Man, this was on top of the school.
For me, it was the top of the Chrysler Building.
Empire State. It's a better view.
That is a sweet view.
This is a cool thinking spot.
Right? I mean, who needs a treadmill when you have the Williamsburg Bank Building?
Now is where the Easter eggs get even more exciting. Let's dive into the Spider-Verse.
Hey, I'm Mal.
Hey, Peters.
I'm a new recruit.
Lego Peter Parker can be seen dropping in here from Earth 13122. That means this is the same Peter as the Lego Marvel Superheroes game that released in 2012. This sequence is likely a nod to the duo Phil Lord and Chris Miller, who directed 2014's The Lego Movie, as well as helped write and produce Across the Spider-Verse. One constant seems to be J. Jonah Jameson being played by J.K. Simmons, even in Lego form.
Spider-Man, page 1 with a decent picture this time.
You're absolutely right, boss.
Shut up. Get out of here.
You got it, boss.
Tomorrow morning, Spider-Man, page 1 with a decent picture this time. Move Conway to page 7.
There's a problem with page 7.
I make it page 8 and give him 10% off. I make it 5%.
That can't be done.
Get out of here.
In the background, this headline references Spider-Man 2 when Doc Ock was on the loose.
Dear, we agreed to put on a wedding, not go into bankruptcy.
There's also an Oscar minifigure, as Into the Spider-Verse won the Best Animated Film of 2018. Another amazing detail about this scene is that 14-year-old animator Preston Mutanga was hired to create this sequence after his animated Lego videos went viral on YouTube.
Thank you, Peter. You're one of our best. Jess, who's on this?
Beep, beep.
Yeah.
Peter.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Did you mean that?
Or
Peter.
we're all called Peter,
we're
then
all
Peter.
Peter Parker.
Same again. We're all Peter Parker.
Ah, hello, Spider-Man.
Hi. Hey.
Not you.
Are you talking to him or me or him?
I think he means me.
Yeah, him.
I got this, guys.
The 2007 movie The Darjeeling Limited stars the Spot's voice actor Jason Schwartzman, whose character travels across India on a journey of self-improvement, referenced by Spider-Man India in this scene.
I'm on a journey of self-improvement.
And you came to India. That's a Western culture cliche. Don't eat, pray, love me, bro.
No. I did not mean it like that.
In Gwen's universe, Mary Jane Watson created the band The Mary Janes. Speaking of Mary Jane, there's a callback to her and Peter in the first Spider-Man,
You have a knack for saving my life.
with Miles upside down facing Gwen. The largest reference to the Marvel Cinematic Universe is that of the timeline. Across the Spider-Verse initially depicts the MCU-style timeline like a tree with branches. Then it transitions into the Spider-Verse, which is a bit more chaotic and web-like.
That man's an imposter. That man is the imposter.
Let's pick one target.
Right. And we take them off the board one at a time.
Now you got it. Okay, Peter 1, Peter 2. Peter 2. Peter 3.
Stop what you're doing and stop Spider-Man.
You? No, wait, you?
Ay, coño, Miles Morales. He's entering Sector 4.
And I respect it.
Andrew Garfield's one-handed hanging off the ceiling pose is referenced in the background. While Spider-Cat first appeared in 2011 comic book, the Spider-Man Miles Morales game, released in 2020, also features a crime-fighting cat that you rescue, and Miles affectionately names Spider-Man. Yuri Lowenthal reprises his role as Peter Parker from Insomniac's Spider-Man.
Oops, guess we're stuck in here for a while. Want to play 20 questions?
Video game guy.
I love video games.
Another video game guy.
Are you talking to me?
The video game guy prisoners on either side are both deep cuts going back to the 80s. This is the first Spider-Man game ever made for the Atari 2600 in 1982. Do you see that green floating stick guy? Yeah. That's supposed to be the Green Goblin. The other villain first appeared in the 1981 TV show Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. In case you were curious what his name was, it's Video Man. This Easter egg was the trickiest one for me to figure out. Another niche reference is that of the first 3D Spider-Man game on the PlayStation 1.
What color do you bleed?
This is from a training area where you can practice fighting villains while they make quips at you.
Hello, Peter.
Also, that Doc Ock voice line was sampled from
Hello, Peter.
Hi.
Another joke was made referencing this Spider-Man go-to feat of strength.
totally worked last time.
And of course, I can't forget the first Spider-Man TV series, which debuted in 1967.
What's the matter? Run out of spider powers?
I can do anything he can. Oh, dang, I pulled something.
Being he's on a 2D plane, however, it seems he slipped right by Miles. Donald Glover, who plays Aaron Davis, Miles' uncle in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, reprises his role, however this time as the Prowler.
I don't want those weapons in this neighborhood. I got a nephew who live here.
A prowler?
Prowler?
Not your prowler.
Hey.
Hey. It's rude to stare.
Cool that one myself.
I slipped.
Another fun fact is that Donald Glover inspired the creation of Miles Morales. This happened after he wore Spider-Man pajamas in the Season 2 premiere of the show Community. Hoping to play Spider-Man in the Amazing Spider-Man reboot, Brian Michael Bendis then watched this episode, and that inspired the creation of Miles. Typeface, who's an actual Spider-Man villain, makes font-related puns, including referring to Spider-Man in the Sam Raimi trilogy Spider-Man font. This font was also used in the original PlayStation 3.
Look, pal, if you needed a breath mint, you just had to ask.
During the intervention scene, Josh Keaton reprises his role as Peter Parker from 2008's The Spectacular Spider-Man.
We know it's hard, but it's the truth, Miles.
Another animated Peter Parker appears from the 1999 show Spider-Man Unlimited.
Canon Events are the connections that bind our lives together.
As Miguel explains Canon Events, there are multiple references that can be seen in the background, starting with Peter and Hobie, both throwing out their Spider-Man identity.
If not for Uncle Ben, most of us wouldn't be here, Miles.
Next is the compilation of Uncle Ben dying.
Back.
Oh my God.
Hey, stay back. Stay
That's
back.
my uncle.
This shot they greatly slow down on Across the Spider-Verse.
Carjacker, he's been shot. Look, we just called the paramedics. They're on their way. Hey, stay back.
And this one as well.
Hey, Aunt May, what's wrong?
Oh, Peter, it's Ben.
Another video game Easter egg, this was taken from the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie tie-in game. And then of course, Miles' canon event.
Keep going.
Uncle Aaron.
As well as the Captain Stacy canon events. The number 42 that appears throughout these movies is a nod to baseball legend Jackie Robinson. He was the first black man to play on a Major League Baseball team. From 1947 to 1956, he was an infielder for the Brooklyn Dodgers and sported jersey number 42. Being that Comic-Con doesn't exist in Miles' universe,
Save it for Comic-Con.
What's Comic-Con?
Gave him spider
Rio from
powers.
Earth 42 knowing what Comic-Con is provides further foreshadowing to the ending.
Is this where, like, you dress up like your favorite character? For, like, what's it called? Like Comics Con.
I don't know what that is.
Another indication is the hoodie Miles puts on. This hoodie's purple and dark green are the classic Prowler colors, which contrast the dark blue and red one he wore prior. This same color shift can be seen when Peter Parker met Miles at the beginning of Into the Spider-Verse, another clue to how Miles' future could have been different.
I thought I was the only one.
If you look on the right wall, you can spot blueprints for Prowler's claws. While Miles is being chased by Miguel on the train, for just a few frames you can see his original store-bought costume.
The original anomaly!
Miles is given a choice. He must decide between saving his dad or saving the multiverse.
You have a choice between saving one person and saving an entire world, every world.
I can do both!
His guidance counselor provided a fitting metaphor for this kind of dilemma.
Can't have your cake and eat it too.
Unless you bake 2 cakes.
We then see the result of his hypothetical suggestion of baking 2 cakes.
Did you even see the cakes? There's some heartfelt messages on them. That's not what I meant.
This also made me think of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2, where Peter tries to balance his real-world identity with that of being Spider-Man. Both Peter and Miles had a time-sensitive delivery, but their sworn duty to be Spider-Man had to take precedence. This then resulted in both their deliverables being ruined. and also arriving late.
Pizza time.
You're late. I'm not paying for those.
Going back to Into the Spider-Verse, Peter B. Parker was tied up to the punching bag in Uncle Aaron's apartment. This is referenced shot by shot, including the little Japanese waving cat.
Kid electrocuted me with his hands. You're like me.
I got some questions. And that's every reference.
Wow.
Man, this video took forever to make. If you'd like to help me out, you can do so by giving this video a like and sharing it with others who you think will appreciate it. Thank you so much for all of your support.
That's all, folks. Is he allowed to say that? Legally?